let's go through it. So we opened our phone on Wednesday. I'm having a cup of coffee. And I'm like ready to be excited. And then I just see absolute horror. Horror. Didn't even know really much about the guy. Didn't know he was speaking. Saw things of Charlie, you click on it. Wait, this guy? And then you didn't know what happened. If he was in an argument. So I didn't know much about him. Didn't know he was speaking. See the crowd. See the shot. See the blood. And you're just fucking just jumped into the worst shit ever. And you're shocked, and then immediately you started crying, right? This is what I did. I started crying. And I'm at the coffee shop. I finished my coffee. I get on my scooter. I start going home. I look one or two places. I was like, oh, that would be a good studio. That'd be a good studio. But I can't really focus. So I go to my place. I come back here. And then I go to my phone. And I'm glued. And I'm looking at it and I'm watching the statements. And I'm like, not even processing it. I'm just like that. And then I call my girl. We start talking. And she's like, why are you so sad? And I said, they shot this guy. They shot him. And then she's like, oh my God. And then she starts getting upset. And then we're like crying. And she's like, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay, Jamba. And I said, why did they do that? Why did they do that? So I start crying. And then, everyone's waiting to see. And then 20 minutes later, he's dead. And he's dead. And then you're in shock. It's like such a fucking mass thing of so many things at once. It was just chaotic in my essence at that point. And he died. And then I'm shocked. I'm sad. And I know why I'm sad. I'm sad because a life like that was cut short so violently, so evilly. It was evil, beyond violence. This was evil. This is depths of hell, And then you're just numb. I was numb, and I had calls. I said I'm not doing them. I had something else, and I just was on the news all day. My phone all day, X. And I started questioning things and my purpose. And I thought I was going to have such a good weekend. I'm so productive. I was going to clean up. I was going to organize. I was going to, get a bunch of pods done. And, and I was going to have my workout schedule. And I was like, I don't want to do anything. I told my friend and I called him and I was like, I'm not doing anything today. And he goes, I'm with you. I got a text from somebody that knew Charlie and they called me and they filled me in on what he was, who he was and what he was about. Because I only known a few things from clips. I didn't know he was a politician. Like he was an influencer, a right wing. Not even really a right wing. He was a moderate guy, a little right of center, who basically started Turning Point, which is the greatest name ever because we're at a turning point. And basically, it was like the opposite. It was just like a group for like imagine if you're gay and you're like, don't be scared to come out of the closet. This is a safe space for you to be gay. And he would go around to people and say, so if gay people did it, they say you can be gay and let's make a safe space. Well, his cause was young conservatives. It's just like used to be the norm, but now they had to go in the closet, right? Which is crazy. But that shows you how progressive we become in a good way for, gay people that didn't feel safe. Now I think they feel a lot safer, except people that are absolutely not on the same page as us, it's a different conversation. But the fact that he had to start this club because he's like, it's okay to have traditional values without being a super strict nerd. Just like, hey, you like chicks, you want to get married, you don't really drink, you don't drugs, you believe in Jesus. Wasn't crazy Christian guy. He was just, he had morals. His morals might have been stricter than your morals. Not your morals, the rest of these other people's morals. And so he starts this group where he's like, has to like closet Christians, which is wild, right? With the way the world is. So you can't say we haven't progressed, that he had to have a secret group that grew. And people are generally good people. I disagree with Jesse Peterson on that. He thinks that people are just basically not good. And I said they are good, because if they aren't, his group wouldn't have grown. His group grew. And I love you, Jesse, but his group grew. I see the evil. I see these people. I see the evil, disgusting people. And then I see people I know. And then I see people in my work world who I'm completely just grossed out by. And then I craft my post. I put my post out. And I was like, man, I wanted to fix even more of it, but like, I had to say something. And it's been like, 80% positive. There's 20% absolute psychos in there. And then I just start feeling energized, and I'm starting to look at my feed, and it's changing. And there's all of these amazing people, these guys saying justice for Charlie Kirk. And then he goes and he exposes these people and their businesses, and he's getting them fired. He's getting them fucking thrown out. Nurses, barbecue owners, mechanics, all of these ugly hearts. And it's absolutely unbelievably beautiful. And it's never going to bring back Charlie Kirk or make up for the evil that was done to him. But it's nice to see that there's accountability for fucking pig faces, evil pig faces, who have no idea they're evil pig faces. And so it's like shock, sadness, anger, fear, sadness, anger, and now, like, I don't want to say this, like, but enlightenment. Like, I'm straight up being enlightened right now. And for the last 10 hours, I've been on a cloud. And the cloud is complete clarity. It's a clarity cloud. And I'm not seeking it out, but I'm seeing it all over all my socials. So many people DMing me, so many people commenting. So many people are scared to comment because they don't want to show support, because they don't want to get ruined by their friends. But then they're like, fuck it, I don't care. I don't need these fake friends anymore. And so many people are just starting to say it publicly. And first of all, I want to say I owe an apology to Jay Davis. He's always trying to get me to Jesus, and I'm like, back off. And you're right, dude. And you were much more elevated than I am. I also got to give a shout out to Nicole Willard and her mom, Karen. You were right. I'm wrong. I'm not trying to join a church. I'm not trying to sit there and, go to, a revival, although I would. But just, I'm not trying to sing songs, but I'm literally seeing some sort of light. I mean, you're talking to a person that doesn't even know if Christ is real. I mean, and recently I'm really starting to believe he was a real man. Whether because I didn't believe enough or because I'm just seeing it now or feeling it, I don't know. Maybe because it was forced on me by priests who are also trying to tickle my ass. I don't know. But to take away all that shit and get right to it, I'm really starting to believe it. And Stephen Baldwin, I owe you an apology. And you speak in so many parables, but you're just so much more elevated than I am. He is tapped right in, like a direct line to some holiness. He's got a Holy Spirit thing. He has Pontius Pilate. You'll see on my pilot on my pod on his calf, which I do not like. But he has him on there for a reason, and it's a crazy story. He has Pontius Pilate, and he educated me on Pontius Pilate. He gave me this whole education. And that hit me. His Pontius Pilate story, to me, is literally what just happened. And I saw this beautiful girl in this beautiful moment saying, crying my eyes out because realizing that if Jesus were alive today, we would crucify him. Like, you don't think that. You don't think we live in that world. You don't think we live in that world. And if you really look at this shit scientifically, you'll see this shit. That what they did to Jesus Christ. There's a great interview on the Sean Ryan show about this guy who proves it, that he existed and all this stuff. And what the lashings, the hundreds of lashings, the spiked bat, the crown of fucking like nail thorns. Everything that you can't even imagine they did, right? And they hang you up there for days, right? So think about it. This is what this man, if you can wrap your head around that, if you're not there yet, that's okay. But if you can wrap your head around it, this is what this guy went through. And I'm really starting to get in. I'm jumping in. And if you think about this, we would never do that today. We would never be that barbaric, right? We've learned too much. We've become too civilized. We care about your gender. We're inclusive, right? We believe in rights. And then you see the execution publicly of Charlie Kirk. And then you see the first demon, that kid. I mean, that is fucked. That is fucked up. Like, I can't even begin to, if you are that devoid of goodness, if that person in his essence is a black hole. I don't even know how to I can't put into words what that is, because it's something that I could never even fathom existed. Doing it on cue, jumping, turning around like it was a touchdown, and just the glee, the actual glee. There's so much I would like to say, but I will just say dude, you need to seek massive forgiveness. You need to seek forgiveness, brother. Like, you need to realize that that was horribly wrong. So where am I at right now? Why am I saying all this? It's because there's millions of people like me. I'm seeing it all over the internet. And we are all feeling this thing. Just like happening. There's a happening. And this dude, Charlie Kirk, is the linchpin. He's the starting point. I still have anger. But like every hour, my lemonade gets more lemonade-y. And when I'm through this awful thing, here's what happens. The evil, it's never been more clear. Let's just go to the pre-kindergarten level of faith, right? The basic starting level. What's the thing? Do unto others as you would like done unto you, or do unto others as you shall do unto you. However that is, that phrase, it's right in there, okay? Basic phrase, meaning I don't like to get slapped, so I'm not going to slap anybody because I'm expecting to slap back. If I hit you with a stick, I know I got a stick hit coming. I don't want that, you know? If I steal $10 from you, I don't want to do that, but if I do, I'm expecting you to steal from me. And that's basic thing. And it's also a science now because you can do that and then that pushes the next person and then it sets a chain reaction. That's provable. So you have this and you do this, and that's how we're raised, right? We're raised like hugs feel good. When you see somebody, a hug feels good. Our body against your body, ooh, it feels good, right? Like cashmere sweaters and a hug. It's like amazing, right? You don't hug someone with a rusty nail sweater. You don't get a bunch of rusty nails and you hug them and go, oh my God, it feels so good. All these rusty nails and all this fucking tetanus. It's amazing. No, because that's not our nature. That's how we're not raised. And so this guy, I don't even know all his messaging. I know now, is up there speaking. We're raised you can speak. He's got a crowd. He must be a man of note. He's speaking out. People want to listen. He has some people that want to go against him. Oh, good. It's the town square. It's debate. We're not raised for assassination. I mean, you can look at all the assassinations that we've seen. I haven't seen enough of them. I mean, and it's a Zapruder film I haven't seen, but this is graphic, more graphic than almost any of them. Probably JFK on the day was more graphic. So this is right up there. I didn't see MLK. I don't know if he got shot in the head or chest. It's also horrific. I'm just saying the pure gore impact, right? So we see that. All of us who we think are in normal land are freaked out and we're going through all these emotions and sad and we don't know him because he's a human being. And so we have families. We understand the value of children and PTSD and evil, and we're like, oh my God, it's, you know, and all the things mixed in this stew, and it's fucking the worst stew we've seen. So, you know, as we're processing that and trying to get through it, which is still very difficult because you don't have to know a person. Clearly, he connected to us all because he's a relatable person. Or maybe he actually is connecting us all together through his energies, through his power. I don't know. But what happened was then we saw the evil. And it's never going to trump the evil that happened to Charlie. It's never going to be trump that. But it's rising. The evil, the reaction to what happened. And when we saw people that should be crying and sad and fucking just, become numb like I have been, because you have so many emotions and you just become a useless blob. We saw some of that, but all of our pages were taken over by all these crazy people that are not just crazy, they're evil. And a lot of them don't even know they're possessed, which I 100% believe. And they also have the signs, right? They have all the signs, which I'll put in here. Remind me to put the sign in, then they have these signs. Which is, love is love and women's rights and no human is illegal. And all these inclusive sayings, and there are these bright signs. And yet they're doing not the opposite of what the sign is, they're gloating in front of his wife and children, and they're doing it with some evil joy in some part of their chest. And you're like, that's not a human, right? You're like, that's not human. What the fuck is that? I don't know that. I can't relate to that. So then we can't process it, the people in normal land. And then we get mad, and we get sad, and then we get angry, and then we get fucking really angry. And then you get clear. I've never been more clear almost about anything. And this is like this is what I'm getting out of this. This is the next level of this event. I've never been more clear about who I want in my life, who I will work with in my life. I'm begging people, send me everyone that you know that I know. Send me. Just send me the people that are doing bad shit, and I know just to cut them out. I don't want any, I just don't want anything to do with them. It's that simple. Like, I won't, I'll delete them if they ask me. I'm just gonna, I won't answer them if they press me for an answer. I'll just be like, I don't align with my feelings, and your feelings just don't align if they really ask me. But a lot of people won't. They won't know. And I'll avoid where they're at. Like, I'm really like, avoid where I'm at. Like, I won't, they can, I'm only going to go to places with good people. And there's no gray. It's so beautifully clear. I'm saying there is this girl, and she's a lost, but I do have levels to it. She's a lost lamb. She really is. I want to say all these names. And she's trying to find herself in her career, and she hasn't really gotten anywhere. And she's probably got 12 or 13 minutes of comedy. And there's a good person in there, but she's being led astray. And I hate to sound like this crazy preacher now, but she's savable. Like, there are people that are savable. There's another guy, he's in his 50s. He's not evil, because I do like him, but he's so brainwashed, he might not be savable. But he can, just exist over there. And then there's people that are just straight dark, and I won't even go near them. But I'm not trying to convert anyone, but if they actually miss me, I'll be like, this is your problem. And you're going to have to literally get saved by goodness. And I don't want to say baptized and all this stuff, because I don't want to freak you out. But you have to look at yourself. Like, if people said, you know what, man, you're really right, and like, it is fucking evil, I fucked up, and they deleted it, and I sound like a preacher. Okay. If they repented and just said, and you can feel that they repented, not like when you fight with your girlfriend and she says, I'm sorry, but you're like, you're not fucking sorry at all. You're just saying that so I give you the keys to my car. See, I get emotional for these things. Why? something's going on, and it's going on across the world. This is life-changing. I know, like, it's low-key a calling. Like, this isn't a moment of horrificness mixed with, it's not divine intervention. That was evil, but the divine intervention is coming out of it because it should be so easy for everyone just to be aghast and just be like horrible. We should all be on the street right now with candles saying Charlie's name and just saying, let's stop all the evil. And there's tons of other murders. And, you know, I'm sorry I don't talk about them all, but I don't get, they're not alerted to me. I didn't know. The woman on the train also, you know, I didn't want to watch the video and I didn't, but that looked also like a demon and an angel. That dude's a demon. And you can't play any race politics with any of this shit, gender politics, sexual identity, none of that matters. It doesn't matter. And you can't let all these intellectual fake, they think they're real, but they're not. They're not fooling anyone, because that's why Donald Trump is in the White House, because there's something about him that, let's just be blunt, okay? We feel he's authentic. We feel he's authentic. And there's something with these people that they can't do that. Trump is just a vehicle for something that we've never had a politician like that in the history of politics that we know of. And, you know, there's a lightning rod here. And it's never been easier to just walk away from bad people. And they can say that they're good people and this guy was a racist. Look at me. I want you to look at me right now. And you can send this clip, find a good clip of this, send it to anyone that you still want to try to save a relationship with, even though, like I said, if they're on the fence, then you can save that relationship if you want. But a lot of people are just beyond gone. And just, you know, have them pick the most logical clip of this and go, do you think this guy's an evil person? Do you think that Jamie Kennedy, with his light blue eyes and his light shirt and, you know, my life and my career, go through clips of me, do you think that Jamie Kennedy has a dark heart? Or do you think that Jamie's a good guy? I may have done things certain people haven't liked, but, you know, maybe sometimes I've overstepped the line with crude jokes. But other than that, do you feel that he's a good guy? And anyone with a normal heart would be like, I think Jamie's a great guy. And forget that I'm saying it about myself. You can go look me up. Do whatever you want. Ask around. And I'm just telling you, from a clean heart guy, there's dark hearts out there. And they could be aliens, they could be demons, they could be whatever. I don't even want to fucking blame the aliens. I want to blame the demons. There are people walking around in this earth and there's levels of possession to them. And it could come from their fucking food, so that twists them up. Their vapes, I'm all war on vapes. Their booze, their tattooing. They're fucked up. Like, there are people that are tattooed, though, that are not fucked up. That are just sweet. You know, they're good people. And they know it. They're like, oh, I'm like, some people are literally, I'm a true artist. And they did it. And I get that. And then there's other people that are like, yeah, I was lashing out. I know, admit that. And there's other people that are really fucked up and can't admit it at all. It's not about the tattoos. It's about, why do you have your hair? Why do you have all these piercings? Why do you have all that? And so these are people that would just, you know, I don't want to make a bad graphic here, but just like the way they're acting is like they would kill an animal, even though I'm not saying they would, but they're doing something that's just so abhorrent that, and all you have to do is just not, you wouldn't kick a puppy, let alone kill it. And that's how they're doing it. They are killing puppies with these reactions. And, we just can't even be around that. It's just, so we will stop it. But I have to find out what I'm going to do. Like, can I, I'm not trying to go to war. I'm just trying to have my life and keep it over here. And they can have their life over there. And I really maybe can only coexist with those with some self-awareness. But there's so many that don't have it now. There's so many sad, insecure, broken people that can't look at themselves. And, I'm thinking of a few right now, and they're just so broken. And they're not getting anywhere. They're not going to get anywhere. Let's keep it simple. What did Andy Warhol say? That's just a normal guy, right? He said, everything that is considered wrong in our society will become right. He said that. And whether he was inspired by the Bible or that was his own take or divine intervention. And the Bible says everything that is good, everything that is bad will become good. And so where these rats are dancing on the body of what we believe is you don't want to dance on anybody, let alone what we believe is a good person. Now we're believing he's a divine person. Well, that's when they say the rapture starts. And I'm telling you right now, it could be. Because everything that is bad, there are actual people, and there's a lot of them, that think it's good. And it literally could be the beginning of it. And at first I was scared. And I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? How am I going to do this? What happens when you die? All this stuff. And I don't know. I'm obviously not there. I'm scared a little bit, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm just compelled to talk. Like, is this it? Because we've never had this. I don't know. If they had social media at Kent State, what would people say? If they had social media during MLK, what would people say? If they had social media during Kennedy, what would people have said? You have to ask yourself these questions. If they had social media during 9/11, what would people say? Are there people in there? Yeah, fuck those office workers. And the guy that was, the man falling from the sky. There were people doing memes about him, like horrific shit. I'm sure they are. I'm sure they're doing it now, actually. Retro. I'm sure there's a ton of dark shit. Let's dig into some of this. So, this says, someone sent this to me, and it says, if you're crying and grieving over the loss of Charlie Kirk and feel a bit odd or silly, I don't feel silly, because you aren't understanding why you feel so devastated, I will tell you why you are crying. Yesterday, we lost an anointed man. David didn't even dare kill Saul because he was God's anointed. I guess David did or didn't kill Saul. I don't know. You're feeling the spiritual weight of a martyr. An actual martyr. I believe that. It is heavy. It is dark. We are witnessing the evil in our own home country together, and it hurts. You aren't being silly or dramatic. Your spirit is grieved. Wow. I totally 100% feel that. And I believe it. And I believe it. And I want to tell you this. The Charlie Kirk murder and Charlie and going back and looking at his videos now and the principles that he stood for, this has pushed me into a faith-based belief system. It is pulling me, just like it's pulling you. Why? This is just what it is. The temptations, the evil, the gold coins, the quest for some money and opulence, all of that shit. Do not worship false gods, the Hollywood, the celebrity. All of that's bullshit. You're all a crock of shit. You're organized bullshit. The real shit is when human, awful, horrible atrocity happens. How do humans respond? Well, it's the greatest dividing rod I've ever been a part of. Evil rears its head so easily, and goodness goes, oh my God, please protect me from that. Oh God, literally, dear God, please, like that, get me out of here, away from that. Dude, if you want all of the good people to go to the valley, I'll be happy. You can have Hollywood. Or if you want to give us Hollywood and you guys take Woodland Hills, you can't afford Woodland Hills. I'll do whatever you want to do. I'll go to fucking Bakersfield. I just don't want to be around that. Okay? But there's plenty of apartment buildings in Bakersfield where you can have your 6 roommates. And you can all practice your fucking psychoness together. I wish nothing but for everyone to coexist. But this is the easiest moment to show that how you could coexist, and the fact that people are using it and becoming so one way or the other. I mean, it's just showing that how they're evil. It's never been easier just to go, I can't coexist with you. You just do your thing, and I will avoid you all costs. That's all. That's all. I just don't want to be around you, and you probably don't want to be around me. And because I'm repelled by evil, and goodness, it like burns you. Good, it's like holy water. Real holy water will burn the skin of an evil thing. And so, I mean, a lot of these people need holy water jacuzzis. And if they burn, will they have enough layers of skin to then replenish? Or will they just like straight up vampire it? And you just... And there's going to be, I actually think a lot of people will ride with this pod. There's going to be some that won't get it because they're just not elevated. They don't really have what we have. They don't have, for some reason, they don't have a gene of empathy. There's something in them that it's not in them. It could be as simple as their pineal gland is blocked, or they just are literally, their heart is hardened. I don't know. I don't know where empathy resides. All I know is it makes my life incredibly enjoyable and incredibly difficult. And I want to be medically declared an empath. I have enough spiritual people in my life and throughout my life that have told me this, and I am an empath. And the only time I've ever not been called an empath by people that are enlightened are people that feel that they can't look at themselves for accountability. So you won't be an empath to them. You'll be a narcissist or a gaslighter. But what you are is you're holding them accountable. No. That's bad. But they don't like that. They don't like that. They want to be able to be bad. I've said enough. So, TMZ, they go live, and this is one of the reasons why I don't stream my life all the time, because I don't want mistakes to happen. And this wasn't a mistake. This was actually a beautiful revelation. Again, what I'm saying is all this stuff is revealing itself. This is who these people are. I will say this. So TMZ I like in terms of like Harvey, he's always been cool to me. I don't really know him, but he's been, respectable. Charles is even more cool. And they're the two heads, the faces. Obviously, Harvey's thing. I'm sure Charles owns a little piece now, and but they hire these fresh out of college people, know it all, college age, because they're gonna work them to death, and they think it's a good stepping stone, and some are, and some aren't, and you get some that come out that are reasonable humans, and then you got a lot of trash. TMZ is a predatory show. You know what? I can like the guys, but you created predatory journalism. You going up to people, getting all types of stuff, filming them without their consent, complete fucking, it's not guerrilla journalism. It's predatory journalism, okay? And it's ugly. And it was only because the internet took off. You would have never survived on TV. And then people started liking the fame, and they were like, oh my God, this guy, I wasn't wearing panties, and they took a picture of it, and I got written up. It became a whole thing because of that. And so young stars were coming out of Ledoux, and we'd be coming out of Ledoux and drunk, and TMZ would be there, and you're like, it became, oh, fuck, dude, 30-mile zone. That's what it is. You can't go without the 30-mile zone. That's where all the action happened. That's what TMZ is. And then find out that they're all crooked and they're working with you, and the Kardashians are calling them. Don't not believe any of that. That's all a work. That all this shit is a work, okay? It's all a fame work. So, and I've had them around me. I know them, okay? And when I'm on MTV and doing stuff like that, they were there, and I could beg them what to keep and what not to keep. And it was when I started dating my other chick that I wasn't with them all the time. When I was on MTV, they were cool. When I was on CBS, they would write about me, and they'd shit on me and praise my girl I was with, like I was beneath her. And, there's a lot of people that did that, and I'll never forget that. I literally would be in bed with my chick, and she'd be like, they so don't know you at all or how we are. And I'm like, I know. And we would just sit there, and I'd be mad, and she's like, we're in bed together. And I'm like, I know. But it was only because I was in bed with her that I didn't feel hurt. But I was just like, why would they take a shot at me? Like, people loved us together. And so why be ugly about it when she wasn't being ugly about it? So anyway, they're doing this. They do this live, and Harvey
so my guess is we're going to see
dumb enough to do this and can't control the animals that work for him. So
an image of this guy possibly in the next 20 minutes. The news conference is scheduled in Utah time, which is 2 o'clock Pacific.
So he's got the other bullpen
Eastern.
over there.
Janet, go.
Then it's a bad movie, right? Janet, and then in the background you hear that shriek. He's like, yeah. Like, this is the start of the ugliness. This is actually 30-mile zone right here, dog. Harvey Levin, right here. You are ground zero of the ugliness. I think you're a good guy. And I don't give a fuck if you clip this and send it right to his inbox. I think the people that work for you, fucking get rid of them. If you want any respect. If not, I hope conservatives come and just completely make your platform obsolete. You made enough money. Or get only good people to work for you. That's the only way. So you hear this disgustingness, right? So you hear this.
Go to
Woo-hoo. Did you hear that? Woo-hoo. Again, since I said it enough, I'm not disassociated, but I'm just like, I'm exhausted. That's supposed to be a human being right there who's saying that. That's not a human being at all. That's an evil entity. Woo-hoo. So these are the people that I do not want to be near. Okay? Woo-hoo. So here's another thing why the death was so frightening. No one was expecting it. A vibrant, vivacious, young, healthy man to go out in the ugliest of ways, evil ways. And then, so that's, if you don't have the gene of shock and awe and abhorrentism and oh my God, you're gone. You're not part of the collective of the good. So, you know, no ill will, just I don't want that disease. She's probably triple vaxxed, all of it, you know, wears a mask. Only thing would be more perfect if she does have some sort of nose ring. But so you hear this, right? So it's just evil, right? Harvey knows it. He knows he's fucked. Stuttering.
Somebody look at the Fox. Trump just posted that Charlie Kirk is dead.
Yeah, no shit, because your fucking back room just fucking said it all. They were just doing a dance, bro. Your back room began the dance. This is the ground zero of the dance of the evil. Okay? So,
what did Trump say? So what did Trump say? Yeah, Trump just said he's dead.
Yeah, you fucking got a fake call because you know you're on camera and you're like, oh, fuck. That's him streaming right now, shitting his pants because he's watching his empire crumble in real time. And let me explain this to you. He never got a call. That's a complete fucking lie. And he's like, yeah, Trump said he's dead. You just said he's dead twice, so why are you being redundant? And he's like, knows it. He heard it. Fuck. He gave somebody a look to get off the stream, right? And now, watch. This is the play-by-play, okay? I'm telling you the truth because they will never.
Is that up?
Go out to his beautiful wife.
Like right now?
Yeah. True Social. True Social.
Where is it?
It's number 2 in pending.
Got it. You're still in it.
You're still in it.
Okay.
Get it up.
Got it.
Watch this.
Can someone alert this, Abby or Liam? Or Rob, sorry. I know you're there.
I want to confirm
Okay, it's
people
up.
in the back
Now
weren't
get the
cheering
Trump
about
statement
Charlie
in
Kirk.
immediately.
So what does he start saying?
Okay.
Get it up.
Got it.
Here he comes. Fake cough.
Can someone alert this, Abby or Liam? Or Rob, sorry. I know you're
She's
there.
acting busy, right? Not busy at all. She's acting busy, right? They already got the bomb news, right? They're on the stream.
I want to confirm
Okay, it's
people
up.
in the back
Now
weren't
get the
cheering
Trump
about
statement
Charlie
in
Kirk. There's a
immediately.
police chase in Temple City right now, and that's what they were watching, not
So
Charlie Kirk
Donald
related.
Trump.
So yeah, some fucking Australian, some bullshit artist. He goes, I like to confirm. The people in the back were laughing because everyone heard it. They were laughing about a police chase, which was not exciting at all. No one even saw it. It was the tiniest little fucking chase. And you're going to see this other lady break it down. And then he came in there and I just want to confirm that to all the viewers that they weren't laughing at that because that would get us in a lot of hot water.
Just posted that Charlie Kirk is dead.
Okay, fake. That's fake anguish right there. Maybe he has a little bit. I think Harvey does have a soul, but wow. Covering up really because like, oh, wow, this fucking idiot fucking laughed on a stream with 80,000 people. Fuck. At the worst time of like something that you would never even laugh at.
Title change.
Again, unsurprising that
Now
just
he's
a
going
short
into
after what we saw with this video.
Obvious things.
Can you read the statement, Cameron?
That is not for Charlie. That is fuck. I just got caught.
Even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understood or had the heart of the
Now they're reading Trump's tweet, right?
Interesting.
So that's what that is. And then he's definitely flustered at this point. He's all fucked up. So what does he do? They cut the stream, right? And this is why I don't stream all the time, which I want to. Not because I'm a heartless bastard, but because you could do things that you can't control and they're out there. But, you know, I'm not a heartless bastard, but it doesn't mean I can't do something that would be a mistake and then people will take it and, you know, try to use it against you. So I think as long as you're a good person. So here's that, right? So now let's watch this. So, oh God, so we lose him here. So that was that, right? They know they're in a fucking jam, okay? So what do? So Charles probably said, yo, we got to get ahead of this. This is fucked up. Like, what the fuck are we doing? They're tripping. So Charles, I guarantee, put this press conference together. Harvey did, but you can see Harvey's tripping. And so then they do this.
We were live streaming all day during this tragedy. When something happened in our office.
That's called the blinkies, and that's what you do when you're formulating the lie right there. And Charles has got the lie eyes of, gotta get through this. Okay, they're both of their body language is that we're going to try to lie to you to keep making money.
As we were reporting the assassination of
here's the answer should be is that we fucked up.
Charlie Kirk. There were some people in the back room away from our news desk here who were watching a car chase.
Oh.
And they were laughing.
The car chase that really wasn't funny, that wasn't anything exciting. We've had so many more, and when we do, you never laugh at them. You never laugh at the car chases at all, ever. You're like, oh, whoa, ee. That's what they do. That's what the copters do. There's nothing ever funny unless a guy gets out of it and runs and his pants come off or something. That's it. They're never funny. And if you catch someone, woo, like that, that's only after it's been like 7 hours and everybody's safe, okay? So it wasn't this big, dramatic car crash, right? A car chase. It wasn't any of it, right? So this is just not the cover story that you should use, okay? Especially to us, especially to me, especially to people that are good. I'm a professional liar. I will be a better liar than you ever will be, Harvey, and you're full of shit right now. And you've lost everyone. All this respect. And Charles, you're a good guy too. I'm not saying Harvey's he's a good dude, but you're full of shit. And Charles, you know he's full of shit. And you're full of shit with it. So let's keep going. So
the assassination of Charlie Kirk.
There
were some people in the back room away from our news desk.
No, there was some pieces of shit that I hired for low wages that want to use this as a stepping stone, but don't realize, I'll work them for 10 years and they'll be burnt out. And they're going to go write some novel that they stink at.
Here, who were watching a car chase.
Oh, really? And Harvey, I ain't watching a car chase. No, they weren't. No, they weren't. They weren't watching a fucking car chase.
They were laughing.
Yeah.
They were clapping.
And they were woo-hooing.
And you could hear it out here.
Yeah.
And we want to make a couple of things clear. One is that I know these people, and they were not laughing. They were not reacting that way about.
I know these people, and they're trash. And they're disassociated from all the SSRIs they take. But I can't tell you that, so I'm going to just make up a lie.
Charlie Kirk's assassination.
Yeah,
they were not. They would not work here if they did. And that being...
Well, no, you wouldn't have any employees, dude. It would be you and Charles. It'd be you and Charles, because you're the only sensible people there.
Said, we acknowledge that it was horrible timing. And
Charles, you take this part. Sell it, Charles.
For that, we are sorry.
We apologize. We apologize that you had to hear that.
And I get why, if you were watching the stream, you may have felt that that's what the laughter was about. We assure you, it was not about that, but it was.
They're literally taking turns and like doing a dramatic pause. Guys, you cover actors. You're not good at it. Okay? We'll do the acting. You can't. You're fucking lying. Okay? You're fucking lying and you're covering for human excrement. Okay?
Horrible timing. And
so,
by the way,
this is so good. Like, let's just out everybody that's bad. Isn't this a beautiful feeling? Like, because we can't enable it. This is why we're at this point. We've enabled too much bad behavior. Well, mommy and daddy are home now. Mommy and daddy are here. And guess what? It's not looking good for you. You're going to have no phone and you're going to be grounded until we say you're not.
to, and he gets it because we listened as we were talking.
Charles gets it because he's on your payroll. He's doing what you tell him.
You can go back and look on the stream. I actually walked off camera to go back and find out what the hell was going on.
Yeah, because you're like, yo, you're laughing. You're like, yo, twat face. You're laughing. We're announcing his death. You're an idiot. We're live streaming. You just fucked us. You know how much fucking trouble we can get me in?
It was inappropriate for the
Inappropriate
laughter at that time, but
why is it inappropriate if you weren't laughing at it? You were laughing at a car chase. That's not inappropriate.
no one was laughing about the Charlie Kirk tragedy.
No one, capital no one. No, make sure of that. Fucking liars.
Nevertheless, we apologize for the way it sounded.
We apologize. Okay, great. We don't want your apologies. Your apologies don't work. You're a liar. You are a fucking liar. Like I said, I'm going to say it again for the 12th time. I think, Harvey, you're a good guy. I think Charles is a good guy. I think your staff is trash, and everyone knows it in town that they're trash. They're not fucking sensitive, and it's a predatory business. And so if you admit and say, my name's Harvey Levin, and I've made about $100 million preying on celebrities, driving them crazy, made Britney shave her fucking head because I hired a bunch of fucking mental patients with cameras to film her at all hours. I drove her fucking insane. I drove Miley Cyrus insane. I get celebrities on their worst day. I get their corpses. I want to be first to it because I want the clicks. I want the money. And guess what? I was trying to do it here at the worst moment in time, and I was going to be that. I think you're a bad actor, okay? So, and I think you're going to be fine because there's so many people that aren't awake and don't give a shit. So you'll be fine. There will be consumption of you, but there's a lot of people. I actually think you will lose some audience, which is good because, like I said, it's evil what just happened there. And, you know, there's always been, can be consumers of dog shit. So this is, you know, there's people that flies land on shit. There's a lot of flies. But, you know, I think a lot of people have woken up to your bullshit. So let's just see the comment section. They were caught and exposed. We're done supporting you. I'm with James. James Wood said bullshit. BS. Only people with mental illnesses. There are cameras all over the place. Show us what the fucking car chase is. No matter how much hate the media, you don't hate them enough. Then there's no active car chase. There was none. So now, the driver of an SUV led. So now we got that one. Come on. So now we have this one, and Nino David Rodriguez, and he plays this lady, and she breaks this down.
TMZ, she just proved it. Time to fire all your employees that work there.
Oh, I don't need TMZ's cameras. There's nothing I love more than a good investigation, and I'm coming to you guys with the receipts. Exhibit A, the alleged car chase that they were watching.
Right there on the banner below, you can see it started in Temple.
Yeah, it looks exciting, doesn't it?
Has said Charlie Kirk has died. So that is the breaking news that we are likely about to have with ABC News.
Exhibit B, the giant clocks around their office. Exhibit C, don't worry, you won't have to do the math because I've done it for you. Timestamp, time. It is 1:07 and 15 seconds in the afternoon with the timestamp on their video of 3 hours, 42 minutes, and 5 seconds.
For 3 o'clock in Utah time, which is 2 o'clock Pacific.
Exhibit D, we have the cheering starting at exactly 4 hours, 17 minutes, and 15 second mark. Which is a difference of 35 minutes and 10 seconds. So if you take the timestamp plus the clock saying it was 1:07 and 15 seconds, add 35 minutes and 15 seconds, what time would you have? 1:43. So they technically were watching a car chase video. What do you think they were cheering for?
People in the back room away from our news desk here who were watching a car chase, and they were laughing, they were clapping, and you could hear it out here. And we want to make a couple of things clear. One is that I know these people, and they were not laughing, they were not reacting that way about Charlie Kirk's assassination.
Yeah. So she broke it down. It's as clear as a bell. You know what they are. Now, it's really simple to get rid of evil. We didn't expose it. The murder, assassination of Charlie Kirk, and it is an assassination. D.L. Hughley's offended that you call it an assassination. D.L. Hughley, a person I like, now I have to avoid because he says it's disrespectful to Martin Luther King to say he was assassinated. It's like, what are you talking about? Both can be assassinated. Charlie Kirk was more than assassinated. He was targeted. He was murdered. And I would say MLK, from the little bit I know, he was also targeted and murdered and assassinated. They were both stopped. So, sorry, the history books don't have enough on Charlie Kirk, but they will. But it's really good to mire yourself in semantics. So,
all I have to say is the Charlie Kirk shooting just proves that we are the worst, man. My party is the fucking worst. I got people celebrating, hoping that he dies. Are we fucking for real right now? Where's the empathy? Where's the respect, man?
It's beautiful.
It's disgusting.
It's beautiful.
It's disgusting, truly. And the fact of the matter is this: he was a father, and whether or not I agree with his political opinions, all he truly wanted to do at the core was see this country be the best, and I can fucking respect that. And to see people just be blatantly disgusting, man, we're the worst, man. We're horrible.
Welcome, bro. Thank you for your speech, my brother. We got more. No, this is a fucking cop. Okay.
You know, I told myself I wasn't going to make this video, but I'm going to make it.
How many people have you seen that are like this, that are just compelled? They have to say something. How many? A lot. That's what. That's a revival. We are in a moment. We're in a moment. We might be in the moment.
You know, when Joe Biden was falling upstairs and falling downstairs and falling off of his bike and crapping his pants in public, in front of the Pope, no less.
Look at everyone just speaking from their heart. Don't you love them? Like, don't you just love... It just shows you that if you get your head out of the way, that's what acting is, and that's what good comedy is if you just really forget all the judgments, your friend circle, your family, everyone that detracts from you, and just speak from your heart, you will be found. You will be found. I want you to know that. I want you to know that. You will be found. And that's what this dude's doing right now. We're like all sheep, right? Like we're all kind of finding each other. And you will find that if you write a song, you will find that in an acting scene, but you will find that in unification of love, man. Look at this guy.
Sure, we poked a little bit of fun at him.
Yeah, we did.
Because it was embarrassing for us as a country.
Yes, it was.
And then when he was diagnosed with cancer, I don't remember seeing a single conservative Republican wishing him to be unalived.
I don't remember anyone saying that.
But yet, you fucking liberals try to assassinate our president when he was running for office again.
Again, yep.
Not once, not twice, but 3 times. And then you go after and assassinate this young man with a wife and 2 children simply because of his values and his religious beliefs. And also the fact that he was a shit-hot debater and you really stood no chance if you were on the opposing side with him. He was well-read, he was well-educated, he was self-educated. Like he openly stated, he never went to college, he was just a high school graduate. And he made something for himself.
Big time.
And in the last 20 minutes, I have seen nothing but hate and spew vomit come out of liberals' mouths all over social media.
Mm-hmm.
Elated and happy that Charlie was assassinated simply because of his beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all just definitely opened up a can of worms you're going to wish to Christ that you freaking never even touched.
Yep. 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 How do you radicalize a nation? September 10th. Guess what happens?
Fuck you. War.
Played on
Fuck
loop.
you. War.
You want a war? You want a war? Because now I'm getting mad again. I'm trying not to. Do you want a war? Do you want a fucking war?
I just witnessed Charlie Kirk get assassinated. It was the most awful thing I've ever seen in my life.
So this girl was there.
He shot him in the neck and blood went everywhere. And the worst part of it all was the liberals who were there were cheering. So I just have one thing to say. If you identify yourself with the Liberal Party, it's okay. You can believe what you want to believe. But if you identify yourselves with those people who were cheering and someone just got killed, I just hope you can take a look at yourself and think, is this who I really want to be? Because that is disgusting. Disgusting.
Look at that. From the mouths of babes. She was there. So not only does she have trauma and PTSD for the rest of her life, if she has children, trauma will go into them. This is epigenetics. Her family, the whole area's got trauma. And then she happened to be next to demons. So, I mean, yeah, and that's 2 generations different than me, and she's as surprised as I am. So what? And she grew up on the phone and all this shit. So what the fuck? How fucked up is that she's as surprised as me? This is a witch.
Sympathy for the kids who are getting bombed in Palestine. Save your sympathy for the people who are getting thrown in the concentration camps right now. Save your fucking sympathy for the people getting deported right now for no reason. Save your sympathy.
So we've all seen this entity around us. And so let's just take one of these logics here, okay? So besides choosing who you cry over when who's killed, that's one thing. So you save your sympathy as opposed to just reacting naturally. But 2 is people being deported. Let's just go with some that, let's just say an illegal person who, if they're working on their paperwork, can get back here pretty quickly. Okay. They're just being deported, put on a bus, and taken away. Okay. So that is worse and more disgustingly abhorrent than a man who's shot in the neck in front of his family and thousands of people and his children and just killed horrifically and he's living his life as a person that's doing everything right. There are some unfortunate illegals that are being taken and they're processing and they're putting them back. And there's going to be some mess ups there. But on the most part, it's running smoother than you can imagine. But so that is worse than a person that wasn't expecting to die, let alone to get executed. Is that what you're saying? Is that so? If you value human life and not public execution, and think that's higher up on the fucking evil scale than deporting a person that might not have their papers right and have been avoiding it, even if they're just a good person, if you value that as more valuable than this, you lack the human empathy, sympathy gene. You lack a goodness gene. You have that darkness that, it seems like you're embracing it. We got the dad over there, and you're definitely like a stay away from me vibe. But I just realized I'm not gonna. There's no reasoning with you. But you have to understand is I'm talking to this person like they're here. We don't value it that way. We value life first. And we certainly value horrific events over this. This is a processing issue, and this is a breathing issue. You get that? Processing, but you get to breathe. This, you don't get to breathe. Why is that hard to understand? Her mind is taking over her heart, and her mind has been warped. And because he never did any of those things you said, you can believe him and call him a monster, but he never did monstrous actions. And see, this is the whole disconnect, is that words are words, even if you don't like them. Even if he was spewing hateful words, which he wasn't. He had some very strong opinions, okay? And some of them were fucking intense. Like, I didn't agree with all of his opinions. Of course not. I don't know all of them. Some of them were like, no, I don't agree with that at all. But the fear of that made him this insane, crazy boogeyman for someone like her. And now she's good, he's evil, and words become real life consequences. And then he's exterminated because of words. So his ideas, just so you never have to deal with it. I want to thank you for doing this with me, because this is really, it's therapeutic as a motherfucker.
Born in America, I know what problems that exist in this country, but I also know there's far more good people than there are bad people in this country, regardless of who you are, what your ethnic background is. White, black, Hispanic, and beyond. Mm-hmm. I'm in a studio here in Las Vegas, and I'm looking outside, and I see people looking at me and smiling and saying, "What's up, Steven?" They don't look anything like me. Mm-hmm. And I don't care, because they're showing me love, and I'm showing love right back to them. Mm-hmm. At some point in time, we got to recognize, can't just speak about it. Can't just give lip service to when such a vile act takes place. Mm-hmm.
100%.
And we're going to give lip service to the tragedy of the moment, and then within 24 hours, we move on with our lives like nothing happened. Something did happen. Mm-hmm. Don't care what his political beliefs were.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, bro.
I don't care what he felt.
Mm-hmm.
I care about the fact that a man was gunned down in front of two of his children who are 5 years of age or less.
And that's why you got a soul, bro.
That he's dead at the age of 31.
Mm-hmm.
That his wife is a widow. That his children are fatherless. Mm-hmm. Because his ideas and his beliefs differed from somebody else, apparently. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going online and I'm seeing people celebrating it. Mm-hmm. Shame. Shame on you.
Mm-hmm. There he is. He's a black man. And he ain't no fucking fake black man. He's street. He's hood. And he's paid. And he's paid his dues. And he's the hardest working man in sports. And he's got amazing takes. And he gets respect from the streets. And there's some street brothers out here that are real liberal. So what are you going to say to Steven, my mans? What are you going to say to him? You going to call him Uncle Tom or some shit? Just put him in a box and be like, yeah. Or are you going to be like, yo, maybe he's making a point? At what point do you give people their fucking due?
Hey, gang. James Sexton, America's divorce lawyer. I just feel compelled to post something about this because I have to say, as someone who's always considered himself a progressive liberal, I am so disheartened by the discourse and the posts that I'm seeing from my allegedly progressive liberal friends about this Charlie Kirk thing. Look, you can hate everything that guy had to say. You can think he was this.
I hated that you said Charlie Kirk thing. Dude, don't say that. Say this Charlie Kirk massacre. Say it. Say that.
Posts that I'm seeing from my allegedly progressive liberal friends about this Charlie Kirk thing. Look, you can hate everything that guy had to say. You can think he was the snarkiest dick that's ever existed.
He wasn't.
I don't think anybody could possibly suggest that there's anything progressive or liberal or okay about assassinating a 31-year-old father of two.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Exactly.
anybody for that matter.
No, they couldn't.
That's just not how we do things. Mm-hmm. Like, words aren't violence.
Mm-hmm.
Violence is violence. And this was violence at the highest level. So
perfectly described.
It is breaking my heart, the amount of respect that I am losing for what I believe to be really good people out there, my progressive liberal friends.
You'll get elevated like me.
To see posts about what he said about guns, really just straight up implying that either A, this is an opportunity to dunk on the right, or that this is somehow justifies the murder of this person, or this is somehow he brought it on himself by his behavior, when we don't apply those standards to other acts of violence against people.
Mm-hmm.
And also, it's not the moment to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this just happened. Like, this is a person. This is a human being with a family. Please, just stop.
Mm-hmm.
Politics was always the organization of human hatreds. And we just need to knock it off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is awful.
Mm-hmm.
But please, if you're posting criticisms of this man right now, don't call yourself progressive. Don't call yourself liberal. Don't call yourself compassionate, because you're none of those things. You're none of those things if that's your reaction to this. Please, we got to figure this out, guys.
No.
We got to figure out.
Well, you're not going to, because they're lizards. They're lizard people.
And not hate the messenger. We got to figure out a way to fight ideas and not people. This is ridiculous.
Great take, my man, but guess what? You can't fucking reason with lizard people. You can't reason with psychopaths. There's a lot that can be saved. There's a lot that are too far gone. And you just got to go over there. And if you don't want to go over there, I'll leave and go over there. Over here. I don't want to be on a set with these people. I don't want to be in a club with these people. I don't want to go to the grocery store with these people. And it's not just LA. I tour all over America, and there's all these pockets of these fucking nuts. All you had to do was really nothing. And if you did anything, the minimal of just... Because no one's expecting you to do anything anyway. No one's expecting you to do anything. All you had to say is, like, that's just terrible. Even if you said, I don't agree with this politics, I don't agree with it, but I actually thought he had Nazi moments, but this is terrible. Right? Because Hitler was an actual Nazi. Charlie wasn't an actual Nazi. He wasn't sworn in. He didn't go to Germany and do the ceremony. Like, he wasn't an actual Nazi. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't an actual Klan member either. He never went to those meetings. Okay? So all you had to do is that. But then you want fucking nuts, and you overplayed your hand. You didn't even know you were in a card game, and everyone's like, "What the?" And you didn't realize. You really didn't realize that the power that you did have because we gave you some and now you're done. Like, you're fucked. You're fucked because you just set back all of these movements. You're set back for so long because you just took the worst, evilest moment and tried to make it your Christmas. And that is sad for the good people because this isn't a gay thing or a trans thing or a gender thing. It's none of that. This is a lunatic thing who have infiltrated your space. You have let lunatics. I could give you 5 trans people right now that would come here and talk to me and don't agree with any of your shit, who are cool as fuck. And I could give you 5 white guys that are cool as fuck. It doesn't matter. Black guys, all of it. You've been infiltrated. Black people, you've been infiltrated. I mean, the Latinas seem to be doing all right. The Chinese seem to be reasonable. Here, the Russians seem to be reasonable. But the gay community, the trans community has been infiltrated by activism. And I can tell you, most are not like this. So you got to talk to your friends and say, listen, we're making good progress here, but this ain't going good right now. We got to extend an olive branch here because people are not trusting our community at the moment. Or it won't, and like I said, I'll avoid everything and you guys will do your thing. Let's all try to love, man. I don't know where I'm at. I'm too tired now. God bless you, man. This is a moment that will never ever change, but it will keep going for us. It's crazy. Good night.
Anyone's talking, they're blockers. That's not why I came to you. Fucking backwards. Bullshit.
I hate to break it to you.